What about this bull market? How do you look at it now? I mean, have you ever seen a bull market this long in your lifetime?
Well, keep in mind, I grew up and first started learning about investing in the mighty bull market from 82 to 2000. It was an 18-year bull market. Now, I think there was, some period in there where the market dipped a little. So technically speaking, the one we're in right now is the longest bull market. But actually, I would argue that was a much longer bull market. And keep in mind, it ended with this enormous blow-off like I've really never seen before of the whole internet sector. It was insane. And keep in mind that anything outside the internet sector, like Berkshire Hathaway stock, got cut almost in half in the first year that I was out there running money in 1999 when the NASDAQ, I think, was up 86% that year. My take on the current market is first and foremost, I generally have learned a lesson that absent absolute extremes, it's just best not to have an opinion on the market. Okay. And I don't think we're at an extreme frothy point. There have been pockets, and I've made some big calls where particular sectors, the 3D printing sector, Bitcoin when it hit 20,000 for a day in December of 17, the cannabis sector in September of 18 when Tilray hit 300 for a few minutes. I made some big calls in some particular areas, but those are
short those or get out of those. The bubble was too high.
Yeah, exactly. But across the board, when I look at the 100 biggest stocks that probably comprise 80% of the value of the S&P 500, the world's largest index, stock market index, I don't see huge overvaluation. Things are definitely at the high end of historical valuation ranges, but I'm not seeing a gigantic bubble that I think is likely to burst. So mostly, I just don't have an opinion on it, and I've certainly experienced an 18-year bull market. We're 11 years into this bull market, so there's nothing historical or mathematical or chronological that tells me this bull market has to end sometime soon. The U.S. economy is pretty darn healthy, and the kinds of things that really blow up markets or economies generally isn't on the stock side. It's on the debt side. The world's debt markets are something like 5 times larger than the world's combined market cap on the equity side. And by the way, equity investors are accustomed to, they don't like it when their stocks go down, but they're accustomed to some volatility there. Debt investors want to get paid. And if they worry, not just about the interest rate they're getting, but if they start to worry about their principal getting impaired and taking big losses, that's what freezes up the world. That's what happened in 2008 and 2009. And I don't see that happening. I mean, there's a lot of hidden debt over in China. Japan's probably over leveraged. Europe still hasn't cleaned up its banks. But I don't see anything like, I really got a strong feeling, and I went super public, and I ended up getting on 60 Minutes, predicting how bad the last financial crisis was going to be, because I could see all of the fraud and the leverage and the off-balance sheet stuff that most investors weren't aware of. And when that all started to go bad, everyone got blindsided and panicked. And there was a panic. There was a run on the bank, essentially, that only the deep pockets of the U.S. government, just pouring unlimited money into the financial system, was able to stabilize things, right? I don't see any analogy today where we're like on a trigger, a knife edge that could tip us into something calamitous.
Hi, my name is Brian Rose, and I've just wrapped filming of an exclusive video with Whitney Tilson, the American investor, author, and founder of Empire Financial Research. about some exciting investment opportunities in the electric vehicle and autonomous driving space.
When revolutionary new technologies come along, they follow an S-curve like that. And I think we're in the very early, right about to hit that inflection point with both electric and autonomous vehicles in a way that, I could see in 10 years where more than half of all the cars sold will be both electric and pretty much self-driving, if not full level 5, certainly level 4.
Whitney has been called the prophet by CNBC because of his uncanny ability to predict the future with his investment advice. And our video will not be available on YouTube or anywhere else but the link below.
It's an incredibly exciting area, and I don't think people fully appreciate how quickly it's going to happen.
Look, we've all seen the massive moves in Tesla stock recently, and yet most of us missed it. But Whitney has 5 special investment ideas that the general public have never heard of that will allow you to take advantage of this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity in the electric vehicle and autonomous driving space.
Think of the implications for auto insurance if computers are driving cars. Hopefully, almost 40,000 Americans die every year on the roads, and many, many more are injured.
The truth is, this sector is going to change everything, from energy to automotive to insurance, even saving hundreds of thousands of lives due to car accidents every single year. And because you are a London Real viewer, I've managed to get you free access to his groundbreaking special investment report through the link below.
We're rushing to finish our research and write it up and get it out because all the publicity with Tesla stock ripping is drawing attention to the whole sector, and we want to get our report out quickly so that our readers and subscribers can take advantage of some of the other stocks that investors haven't yet picked up on and haven't yet tripled, but we think have that kind of potential.
Whitney says that we should expect exponential growth in this sector, much like we saw with the introduction of the iPhone in 2007. Imagine being an investor in Apple back then. How much would you have made? So click on the link below or go to londonreal.tv/invest to watch our video and download your copy of this free report. Unfortunately, I've been limited to the number of people who can have access, so act now and get your free copy to take advantage of this incredible investment opportunity.